Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So I have my hands on the newest palette from Too Faced. This is the Italian Spritz palette and we're gonna dive into everything that you need to know about this palette, the swatches and eye look. We're just gonna play around with this and we're gonna see if this is actually worth your coins. So without further ado, let's get into the video. I'm very excited about this. This actually just came out today. I'm filming this on Sunday, March 5th. So this just came out. I took a little trip to Ulta and it actually wasn't even out. I asked the employee there, I was like, hey, do you guys have this palette by any chance? And she was like, yeah, it's in the back. They're about to put it out. Let me go grab it for you. And I was like, oh my God, thank you. I know I don't usually review Too Faced products on my channel, but this palette, I just felt like I had to have. I feel like it's one of the prettiest palettes for the summertime. And I have been obsessed with the Too Faced Cloud Crush blush. Too Faced is on a very good high with me. So I'm very excited to dive into this. This palette does retail for $54. Which is very, very, very expensive. It says transport yourself to Lake Como, Italy without the airfare with this sparkling fresh eyeshadow palette inspired by our favorite summer cocktail. Now, I've never actually had a summer spritz before. Crazy, right? Like, where do you go to get that? You know, I feel like I don't know, where would I go to get that? The outside packaging does match the packaging on the palette. This is their tin palette here. And then when you open it up, this is the color story. Oh my goodness, this is so pretty. Oh, I feel like this is such a beautiful, summer themed palette. We are gonna do live swatches of this palette. Holy Cannoli, Ciao Bellini, When in Rome, Feeling Saucy, Lake Como, which is really beautiful, Toasted in Tuscany, and Sin, I am not sure if I'm saying that right, but these are looking really good so far. Spritz and Glitz, Spaghetti About It, Papa Don't Preach. Ooh, that one is beautiful. That is a beautiful shade. Express Yourself, Lake and Bake. Ooh, that's gorgeous. Capri Fun, Mamma Mia, which is also really beautiful. Next, we have 3 more shades. I'm just going to swatch them here. Don't mind my hand. It's stained from blush swatches. Como After Dark. Ooh, that's beautiful. Pasta Bowl. That's gorgeous. Impostable. And then lastly, we have Gelato, which is a nice white, which is good to have. But these swatch really beautifully. So I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyelids. I'm gonna use my Too Faced Shadow Insurance Eye Primer. This is my favorite eyeshadow primer. I love, love, love this eyeshadow primer. Almost out of it, so when the Sephora sale rolls around, I will be picking this up. But I also love their new packaging of this primer because it's in a drop applicator rather than a squeeze tube, which I think I'm gonna like more, and I feel like it's gonna be a lot easier to use. I'm gonna stick with all BK Beauty eye brushes today. I think I'm gonna start off with this shade right here called Mamma Mia. I'm gonna take this shade on a BK 211 brush, and I'm just gonna start kind of winging this out. So I'm just gonna kind of sketch out where I want this shadow to go. And this is the deepest shade in the palette. I want to do a really, really pretty look. So I'm just going to, oh, it builds up really nicely. So initially when I first went into that shade, it wasn't super intense, but now I'm seeing that it is building up very, very nicely. Next, I'm going to take this shade called Capri Fun, oh my gosh, not Capri Sun. What am I thinking about? And I'm just gonna take this shade in the inner part of the eye where I didn't put that first shade down. This shade is a little bit light. I'm gonna try to build it up a little bit because I feel like I might have to go into a different shade. I think this shade is probably good for blending out other shades. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some of this shade called Feelin' saucy. And I think this is gonna give me the, yes, okay, this is good. I really wanted there to be like an orange, you know, blend into this one. So this is actually perfect. I'm just going to build this up and blend this into that deep purple. I honestly think this is looking very good, and these colors are building up really nicely. The brush that I was using was the 202 brush from BK. Next, I'm going to go into the 201 brush, and I'm actually going to take this gorgeous pink shade right here called When in Rome. These shade names are so cute. Oh my goodness. And I'm actually going to take that here higher up in the crease. I really want there to be, you know, distinct color. And I'm also going to use that to kind of blend out that first deep purple shade that we put down. I am going to go back into that purple shade just to kind of re-intensify this. But I want to try to use as many colors as I possibly could. So I'm going to go back into that Mamma Mia shade and just redefine that wing since I kind of was losing it. Let's do a little bit of cut crease action. I'm going to take my P. Louise base in the shade 2, and I'm going to cut my crease because I really want to cut the crease. There's so many beautiful like shimmers in this palette that I can go in with. I'm just going to play around with a bunch of different shimmers. I'm going to take this shade right here called Lake Como. I want to start off with the lightest shimmer, and I'm going to place this, oh my gosh, in the inner corner. I'm taking the 209 brush. That is so pretty. Oh my goodness. I was not expecting this shimmer to be so pretty, but it is pretty. I'm going to take this shade called Ciao Bellini. Let's see how this one feels a little bit harder than that blue. But ooh, it's so pretty. It's like a peachy kind of orange shade. I like that. Ooh, next I have to take this shade called Lake and Bake. I feel like you knew this one was coming. I feel like I just had to go into this. Do I like that? Do I like that? I'm gonna actually just go over that orangey shade with that Lake and Bake shade. And then we will kind of like fix it a little bit. But I'm going to go back into that Mamma Mia shade and deepen up this outer corner. I do want to add a little bit of pink. I'm just going to play around and just add a little bit of pink to this because I feel like, ooh, I do like how this looks on top. But I feel like I want to add a little bit of pink to this. Spritz and Glitz. Ooh, that is so pretty. I'm actually going to put that right on top because this is what I'm loving this. Okay, so as you can see, I made a big concoction of shades, but I actually think that I like this Spritz and Glitz shade a lot. I'm just going to go back into that blue and just kind of intensify that purple leaning shade. Okay, I think I like this combo better. This was definitely a trust the process kind of look, and I actually like it. I actually like how it's coming out. Now, I feel like I want to put a cake liner on because it just wouldn't be, I don't know. I just feel like I want to put a cake liner on. I went and grabbed my Suva Beauty UV, oh my gosh, I'm dropping stuff. So I went and grabbed my Suva Beauty UV Taffies palette. I think, am I going to ruin this look by adding a graphic liner? Should I leave it alone? I feel like some of you are probably like, girl, leave it alone or add it. But to be honest, I feel like adding this is just going to make this look pop. I think I'm going to do blue. Just like trust the process. This was a struggle a little bit, playing around with those shimmers. That looks good. Okay, this is looking good. I told you. We'll just do like a little half moment. I love it. So I'm gonna go and do the other eye. I think I'm gonna do like a TikTok real quick of the same eye look just for TikTok, and then finish up the makeup look, and then we'll be closing out this video. This is the finished look. I am loving this. But before we get into my final thoughts on this Too Faced palette, I quickly wanted to touch on two things. So the first thing is this right here from Glow Recipe. This is their new serum primer hybrid. So I've been trying this out. I honestly am really loving it. And I also feel like it does a very good job at controlling my oils and also blurring, but I'm loving it. If you want to see like a first impressions video on this, definitely check out my TikTok because I did do a first impressions over there. Then the other thing I wanted to talk about are these lashes. I got these from Amazon. So I've been testing out a ton of Amazon lashes, and I figured out that this brand right here has my absolute favorite lashes. This is from the brand Kiramorio. Definitely not saying that right. So yeah, I'm gonna have these listed and linked down below, but I am loving these. I feel like the band is so lightweight and these are big. These are my first time using this particular style and I love these. These are so beautiful. Like these are really good. I highly recommend this brand. Check out their lashes because they're so lightweight. And I really love them. Also, if you're curious about what I'm wearing on my face, everything will be down below in the description. Now let's get into my final thoughts on this new palette from Too Faced. Now, buying this palette, I did not know what to expect. I was drawn to this color story because I felt like it was so beautiful and I just really wanted to try it out. And I wasn't really sure how their shimmer formulas worked or even like their mattes and how pigmented they are. I will say these are very buildable. You definitely can get an intense eye look. Like I got a really beautiful eye look out of this palette. I had no doubt that I wouldn't, but I just wasn't sure of the formula or if I had to really work to get these shades to, you know, show up on the eyes. I'm thoroughly impressed with this palette. I feel like this is a really beautiful summer palette. I feel like you have everything that you need in this palette. I love the fact that it's neutral with pops of color. I feel like when I travel, this is the kind of palette that I would feel comfortable taking on its own because one day I may want just a neutral look, maybe an all matte look or just something neutral. And then the next day I may want to match my makeup to my outfit and I have the colors to do so. I feel like there's every single color that I need except for green, but like I won't really need the green, but this has everything that I need and I'm thoroughly impressed with this. Now this has a very light, faint scent. It kind of smells like fruity, tropically, but it's not intense. Like it's not like in your face when you first open up this palette. It's not like that at all. But for the quality and the price of this palette, I will say I get it. Like I get it. It is a very expensive palette. I didn't use all of the shades, but I do feel like from the shades that I've used, this is a very solid palette, and I'm very happy that I picked it up. Yes, Too Faced, yes. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. I hope this video was helpful in some way in trying to figure out and make a decision on if this is a palette that you want to pick up or if you want to skip it. Let me know your thoughts down below and I will definitely catch you in my next video. Bye guys.